Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is ZAWFI and my affiliation is Dr. Muhammad Hasib bin Yahya. Okay, for the ZAWFI 2022, I will be presenting our article entitled Determinants of Microtakaful Adoption Among Consumers, a Systematic Literature Review. Firstly, we will start with introduction. A takaful plan is essential protection against unforeseen loss. However, the majority of takaful plans on the market are expensive. A takaful plan usually demands a high contribution payment, which is unaffordable for many people, especially the low-income earners due to their inconsistent income. Therefore, micro-takaful plans were made so that poor people could get the takaful coverage. Apart from that, Bank Negara Malaysia 2016 said that general goal of microtakaful is threefold. Firstly, to give immediate temporary relief in case of financial trouble. Second, to give access to financial resources to deal with unexpectedly large expenses. Thirdly, to make sure that quick and easy financial help is available in case of unexpectedly bad event. Following that, the Financial Sector Blueprint 2022 until 2026 emphasized the significance of doubling the number of micro-takaful subscribers. The effort could be accomplished by fostering the growth of a broad micro-takaful market that provides products with high protection value, that are accessible, affordable, simple to purchase, and that are simple to submit a claim against. Incidentally, the participation rate remains low. Therefore, the low penetration rate of microtakaful market is a signal to conduct extensive research on the consumer adoption of microtakaful. Despite the extensive research on microtakaful adoption that has been published in international journals across disciplines, there is no literature review on microtakaful adoption. This study aims to expand overall understanding of takaful innovation by conducting a systematic literature review of microtakaful adoption. Next, I will explain what is Microtakaful. Microtakaful is a joint guarantee initiative in which a group of participants agree to help one another jointly for losses resulting from specific fees, based on the key principles of Tabaruk, which is donation, Ta'awun, which is mutual assistance, and prohibition of riba. Then, according to Bank Negara Malaysia 2016, Microtakaful is a takaful product designed to meet the financial protection needs of low-income group. Then, because of their dangerous lifestyles, the low-income group are usually more vulnerable to various perils. It is believed that the availability of the microtakaful products is one of the poverty reduction tools that assists the low-income individuals in safeguarding their future financial stability and ability to support themselves. The microtakaful will offer participants financial benefits in the event of disaster, such as accident, death, or total permanent disability. Participants will receive payment in a timely manner and with sufficient financial resources. Apart from that, several takaful operators in Malaysia, including AIA Public Takaful Berhad, Prudential Base and Takaful Berhad and others, have launched micro-takaful products to the public. For example, Perlindungan Tenang, UPEC Care, Takaful Hayati, and Tabaruk Cooperative Schemes. Furthermore, the Bank Negara Malaysia has also provided a variety of distribution channels for microtakaful products, including agents from NGOs, retail, agent banks, and others. These rules explain the BNM's decision to make microtakaful accessible in almost every convenient location. It is worthwhile to ensure that microtakaful agents reach B40 group in suburban, rural, and isolated places. Next, I will explain the methodology of the study. This research is conducted in the form of systematic literature review. The systematic approach differs from the traditional method in that it is objectively oriented, comprehensive, and others. The purpose of this study is to identify the current study on determinants of microtakaful adoption among consumers. Then, several inclusion and exclusion criteria have been set up to achieve the study objectives. So, Table 1 shows the inclusion and exclusion criteria. Firstly, the publication period has been set up to 2017 until 2022 to ensure that the articles are up to date with the current issues. Then, the articles collected will be in quantitative mode in order to analyze the determinants of microtakaful adoption. Next, the keywords will be microtakaful, factor, determinant, adoption or acceptance without including other unnecessary keywords. Next, the collected articles will be different from those in other databases so that no duplicate articles will be included. Lastly, only complete articles will be included without including articles that do not have enough information. Okay, next, the use of preferred reporting items for systematic reviews and meta-analysis, which is PRISMA, was adapted in the study. Okay, figure 1 shows the screening process. Firstly, all relevant articles on microtakaful, factor, determinant, adoption, and acceptance were first identified. The process resulted in the identification of 417 publications using 5 types of databases such as Emerald Insight, Scopus, Springerlink, Web of Science, and Google Scholar. The following narrowing of the results by publications year from 2017 until 2022 resulted in 281 publications. Then, the output was reduced to 204 documents after the quantitative mode findings were restricted to the articles. Next, the search was limited to include only results with the words microtakaful, factor, determinant, adoption, or acceptance. There were 30 papers that matched the keywords. Finally, duplicate publications will be eliminated, bringing the total number of articles to 27. These papers were evaluated as part of the screening procedure. In order to finalize the eligibility of the publications, only full-text articles will be included, resulting in the identification of a total of 8 publications. Next, I will explain about result and discussion. Okay, the data indicates that the number of publications by prior scholars is increasing, but at a consistent rate. Okay, the table 2 shows the outcomes of the total screening procedure. Okay, according to table 2, of the 8 studies included in this review, 2 were published in 2018, 2 were published in 2019, then 2 studies appeared in 2020, and 2 more studies in 2021. Even though the analysis has been filtered from 2017 until 2022, a study relating to determinants of microtakaful adoption still has not appeared in 2017 and 2022. Then, in terms of country, 6 studies were found in Malaysia, whereas 2 studies were found in Indonesia. Even though the total number of works found in Malaysia is greater than in Indonesia, there is still a scarcity of studies relating to determinants of microtakaful adoption. Therefore, it demonstrates that microtakaful in Malaysia is still relatively new despite the country's thriving takaful industry. So far, only a limited number of studies published have been discovered. This review indicated a need for microtakaful because takaful contributions are costly, particularly for the poor in Malaysia. The high contribution cost was intended to convince individuals to ignore their takaful protection. Apart from that, it can be said that the most influential factor that has been used in prior studies as the independent variable to influence consumers' intention to participate in microtakaful scheme was financial factor. It can be said that the issue of low-income groups adopting for takaful protection is their financial well-being. According to Yaqub and Abdurrahman 2017, although individuals in the P40 group are interested in takaful, they are unable to afford the monthly takaful contribution. Hence, the innovation from takaful, which is the microtakaful, could decrease their burden in managing their financial flow in the event of emergencies. Moreover, since this microtakaful is still a new innovation by takaful operators, the studies are only found on Google Scholar, Web of Science, Springer Link, Scopus, and Emerald Insight. Nonetheless, the total number of works from the aforementioned database is still limited. This study did not find works of literature about determinants of microtakaful adoption from Wiley Online Library, Science Direct, or Springer Link. As a result, it can be stated that there has been a limited study focusing on determinants of microtakaful adoption. To examine the significance of microtakaful, there is a need for additional research on this linked subject. This is because, according to Yusuf et al. 2020, the existence of microtakaful does not appear to capture the attention of the P40 group, despite the product being less expensive than the standard takaful product on the market. Therefore, there is a need for further research into the factors that influence consumer participation in microtakaful schemes. Alright, lastly, the conclusion. In conclusion, the total of publications year by year is increasing but at a consistent rate. Also, the most influential factor that has been used in prior studies as their independent variable was the financial factor. According to the Islamic Cooperation for the Development of the Private Sector 2019, Malaysia was a leader among takaful service providers in Southeast Asia and third in the world. Despite the fact that contributions and total assets for the takaful sector are increasing on an annual basis, low-income groups are surprisingly undeserved in this Islamic risk protection plan. In recognition of this issue, research has investigated consumer behavioral intentions about the adoption of microtakaful based on a variety of antecedents. Next, the limitations of this study present potential for future research. First, the literature research was narrowly focused on microtakaful adoption. Second, this review focused on research concerning the consumer adoption of microtakaful. Third, since the adoption of microtakaful is the focus of this study, post-adoption usage and consumers' continuing intentions to adopt microtakaful were eliminated. In addition, this study makes recommendations for future research to be conducted by other scholars, such as that additional research into the microinsurance should be conducted since this study only focused on microtakaful. Second, the study's screen papers are restricted to the past 5 years. Lastly, research can be expanded in the future to look at other parts of microtakaful. Okay, this is the references of this study. Okay, lastly, that's all from me. Thank you.